1,292,201,338. That is the probability of winning the Powerball Lotto. A chance so low some would consider it basically impossible, yet it happens. Do you believe in luck? Or is it purely just a mindset that separates the optimistic from the pessimists? In a small, withering town nestled in the heart of Alabama, within the walls of the renowned Grand Bay Waffle House, the air was thick with anticipation as famished patrons of different backgrounds eagerly filled the cozy establishment. Amongst the bustling crowd, a predominant presence of hard-working individuals from the working class and retirees seeking solace in the hearty offerings of this beloved diner could be observed. Seated there, engrossed in his thoughts, was Edward Seward, a seasoned truck driver, well acquainted with the comforting embrace of the Grand Bay Waffle House. On this particular day, however, he found himself in the solitude of his own company, pondering the intricacies of life. Taking notice of Edward's contemplative demeanor, Tonda Dickerson, a woman in her late 20s, bore the weight of a troubled past. A survivor of a tumultuous marriage marred by abuse, she had summoned the courage to break free from the shackles of her torment, embarking on a journey of self-discovery. Tonda had found solace in the simplicity of her current existence, living hand-to-mouth while diligently laboring through 5 shifts per week. In this fateful encounter, the trajectories of Edward and Tonda converged, leaving an indelible mark on both their lives. As Edward savored the final morsels of his meal, an act of gratitude brewed within his generous spirit. Inspired by a recent trip to Florida during one of his long-haul journeys, he decided to express his appreciation for Tonda's tireless service in a unique way. With a gentle smile gracing his weathered face, Edward reached into his pocket, retrieving a ticket that held the potential for dreams to come true, a lottery ticket purchased in the sunny realms of Florida. In a heartwarming gesture, he slid the ticket across the table, presenting it as a token of his appreciation. In the subsequent week, as the anticipation swelled, destiny unfolded its whimsical hand, casting its transformative spell upon Tonda's life. Amidst a wave of euphoria and disbelief, she discovered that she held within her grasp the winning lottery number, an ethereal combination that would forever alter the course of her existence. The magnitude of her triumph was revealed with resounding clarity. A staggering sum of over $10 million would soon find its way into her possession. But Tonda possessed a discerning spirit that set her apart from the throngs of impulsive lottery winners who often succumb to the allure of instant wealth. Meticulously weighing her options, she arrived at a decision that defied conventional wisdom. Rather than succumbing to the temptation of a colossal lump sum of $4 million, she chose a path less traveled, one that epitomized prudence, long-term planning, and the preservation of her newfound fortune. She elected to receive her windfall in the form of 30 annual payments, each amounting to a substantial $37,500. She effectively shielded herself from the perils of squandering her newfound riches in the blink of an eye, an unfortunate fate that often befalls those who find themselves catapulted into the realm of opulence without proper guidance. Tonda then made the decision to step away from her familiar abode, bidding adieu to the Grand Bay Waffle House that had provided her a livelihood for years. But some people simply struggle to be happy for others.
What's the matter?
Looks like that toy is broken.
Statistically speaking, flying on a commercial airliner is the safest form of transport there is.
The plane heading for Mexico City.
According to the U.S. National Safety Council, the odds of dying as a plane passenger at 1 in 205,552.
What's the matter?
Nothing.
As news of her lottery triumph spread like wildfire, whispers of discontent began to emerge from the shadows. shattering the harmony that once existed among the waitstaff of the Grand Bay Waffle House. 4 fellow waitresses initiated legal proceedings against Tonda, citing a purported joint agreement, a pact to evenly distribute any lottery winnings resulting from tickets bestowed upon them. To bolster their case, the waitresses summoned an unexpected witness, an individual who professed to have overheard Tonda speak of the agreement. Yet Tonda, the resilient protagonist in this unfolding drama, stood firm, adamantly contesting the credibility of both the witness and the very notion of the agreement itself. She maintained that this so-called witness was nothing more than a fabrication, a pawn enlisted by her co-workers to bolster their claims and tip the scales of justice in their favor. The courts, after careful deliberation, rendered a verdict that struck a disheartening blow to Tonda's hopes. They ruled against her, declaring that she was obligated to divide her earnings among her co-workers in accordance with the alleged agreement. This ruling, like a sudden gust of wind, threatened to dismantle the foundation of her financial security and reshape the trajectory of her dreams. However, just when it seemed that Tonda's plight was irreversible, an unexpected glimmer of hope emerged from the depths of the Alabama District Court. In an unprecedented twist of fate, this higher authority overturned the ruling, shedding light upon a crucial detail that had been overlooked: the very nature of the agreement itself. The district court deemed the agreement to be founded upon the act of gambling, an activity deemed illegal within their jurisdiction. This revelation cast doubt upon the validity of the agreement, rendering it null and void in the eyes of the law. Tonda's attorney did not shy away from denouncing her former co-workers. He referred to them as rats coming out of the woodwork, exposing the opportunistic motives that fueled their legal assault. While these words offered a temporary salve to Tonda's wounded spirit, they could not mend the deep sense of betrayal that lingered within her. Little did she know that this was merely the start to a saga fraught with intricate challenges.
The ocean is lots of fun. According to the Florida Museum, a death from a shark is set at a probability of 1 in 4,332,817. So don't let them stop you from having a swim.
As the tendrils of Tonda's newfound fortune extended far and wide, reaching the ears of those who had crossed paths with her, another unexpected character emerged from the shadows, eager to lay claim to a slice of her prosperous pie. Edward Seward, the faithful customer who had gifted Tonda the winning lottery ticket. He decided to take legal action, spurred by a perceived promise that he alleged had been made in the heat of the moment. Summoning the aid of legal representation, Seward embarked on a quest to secure his share of the vast wealth that now adorned Tonda's life. His contention rested upon an alleged statement uttered by Tonda during their fateful encounter, a statement that echoed in his ears like a siren's song. According to Seward, Tonda had promised him a brand new truck in the event that she emerged victorious with the ticket he had bestowed upon her. Within the realm of law, there existed a concept known as promissory estoppel, a tenet that held individuals accountable for oral promises if deemed reasonable by the court. Seward sought to leverage this principle to lay claim to the reward he believed he was entitled to, invoking the power of legal recourse in pursuit of his perceived rights. However, Seward's quest for recompense encountered a formidable obstacle, one that would ultimately unravel the foundation of his claim. An intricate web of statistical probability cast a shadow over his pursuit, underscoring the impracticality of expecting a partial return on a gesture as statistically low in value as a lottery ticket tip. In essence, the rarity of a lottery victory rendered it unreasonable to anticipate a reciprocal reward in such circumstances. Drawing a parallel to a hypothetical scenario, it became apparent that one would not ordinarily tip with cash accompanied by the expectation of receiving an equivalent sum back should a predetermined event occur. In a swift and decisive manner, The courts dismissed Seward's plea, recognizing the fallacies that plagued his claim and extinguishing any hope he held for a share in Tonda's newfound wealth. But as all stories do on my channel, things got worse.
According to DiscoverTheOdds.com, the probability of being murdered in America is 1 in 18,989. Us humans sure can be silly.
Like a specter from the past, Tonda's abusive ex-partner emerged from the shadows, wielding the knowledge of her newfound wealth as a weapon. His intentions steeped in malevolence and a desperate yearning for a share of her prosperity. Driven by a toxic blend of envy and desperation, Tonda's ex launched a harrowing plan, kidnapping her and subjecting her to a chilling ordeal that tested the limits of her resilience and survival instincts. With her life hanging in the balance, Tonda found herself trapped behind the wheel, relentlessly coerced into driving toward a remote and desolate corner of the Alabama countryside, a location far removed from the prying eyes of society, where his wicked intentions could reach their darkest fruition. As they embarked on this treacherous journey, Tonda's ex spewed venomous threats, promising her a grisly fate that chilled her to the bone. The minutes stretched into an eternity of terror as the wheels of their vehicle propelled them deeper into the heart of isolation and vulnerability. Each passing moment intensified the grip of fear as Tonda grappled with the haunting realization that her life could be taken at any given moment. An opportunity too compelling to ignore, Tonda's ex became momentarily distracted, his attention captured by an incoming phone call. Seizing the chance, Tonda summoned an unwavering resolve, her survival instinct overriding the paralyzing fear that had consumed her. Drawing upon a hidden well of strength, she retrieved a firearm and turned it towards her captor, issuing a chilling ultimatum that dared to tip the scales of power in her favor. In a desperate bid to retain control, her ex lunged forward, attempting to disarm her and wrestle the weapon from her grasp. The struggle unfolded with frenzied intensity, their fates hanging in the balance. Yet, in a moment of fateful clarity, Tonda summoned the courage to pull the trigger. The deafening sound of the gunshot reverberating through the vehicle as a bullet found its mark, piercing her assailant's chest. Despite the gravity of his injuries, he managed to wrest control of the firearm, his determination to survive eclipsing the pain that racked his body. In a twist of compassion born from the depths of Tonda's spirit, she urged him to seek medical attention, understanding that preserving his life, albeit in the clutches of incarceration, was the only path towards closure. Thus, they embarked on an unexpected detour to the hospital, a detour that would alter the course of both their lives. Tonda's journey, though rife with tumult and heartache, offers a chilling glimpse into the darker side of human nature, a reminder that the quest for wealth, when tainted by greed and entitlement, can unleash a torrent of chaos. Sadly, situations like this are common for lottery winners. Amanda Clayton's life took a devastating turn after fortune smiled upon her, culminating in a heart-wrenching demise attributed to a fatal drug overdose. The $735,000 windfall she received, originally intended to serve as a beacon of hope, instead acted as a catalyst for a downward spiral into the clutches of addiction, a relentless force that mercilessly consumed her existence, leaving a trail of shattered dreams and unfulfilled potential in its wake. Similarly, the tale of Michael Carroll stands as a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the perils that lie in wait when sudden wealth falls into the hands of an unprepared soul. His staggering $12 million lottery victory, like an intoxicating elixir, lured him into a realm of debauchery and excess. Immersed in a whirlwind of recklessness, Carroll embarked on a hedonistic odyssey, squandering his vast fortune on a sinister trifecta: prostitutes, drugs, and an audacious destruction derby track that occupied pride of place in the once serene sanctuary of his own backyard. Another man, William Post, had a similar experience to Tonda. After winning $16.2 million in the Pennsylvania lottery in 1988, his girlfriend sued him and his brother hired a hitman to kill him. He eventually died broke,
Get to work, buddy.
According to discovertheodds.com, if you live in America, the odds of committing
YouTube guideline violation
is only 1 in 103. Instead of thunderstorms, sharks, or other people, maybe what you should be most scared of is yourself.
I'll see you again.
Luck. So are these people unlucky? Is luck a factor that should be considered at all? Richard Wiseman created an experiment in which he asked people if they considered themselves to be abnormally lucky or unlucky, and then showed them a newspaper and asked them to count how many pictures were in it. There was a half-page spread dedicated to a big message which read along the lines of, "Mention this to win and get $50. Almost all of the time, the people who considered themselves to be lucky could find the message, whilst the unlucky ones could not. Richard noticed that the only general characteristic that was a noticeable difference between the two groups was that unlucky people are generally more tense than lucky people, and he believed this anxiety disrupts their ability to notice the unexpected. According to YouTube.com, there is only a 1 in 40 chance that you're watching this video while subscribed. How about you defy those odds? And until next time, keep fearing the living.